Alright, hello everyone. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And they are going to be sponsoring us at Connuga for
Yay!
our $25 Infinity Flux credit prize for our Mario Kart fundraiser. And this is our, not really our first ever Marvel Cinematic Universe movie review, because we did Black Panther a couple of days. But in preparation for Avengers Infinity War, we are doing every Marvel movie in order as they released up till Infinity War. And we've already done Black Panther, so that's taken care
Are you
of.
live? No, I'm not either. It says upcoming event. Did you fix it on YouTube too?
Yeah. Let's try this one more time. Alright, hello everyone, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. They're going to be sponsoring us for this weekend, Saturday at 4 p.m. at Connuga. We are going to be doing a Mario Kart fundraiser where people can pay $5 per entry to face off against me and Mario Kart Wii. And one lucky winner out of one of those that manages to beat me will be getting $25 in Infinity Flux store credit. And let's see, we're going to make sure that we're going good now. We are good. Our streaming software was not really...
Yeah, something was going on there.
Yeah, it was not really helping us out there. But anyway, we've decided in preparation for Avengers Infinity War coming out, was it May 4th?
Yes, I believe so, because
like
Deadpool's coming out May 18th, and it's coming out like 2 weeks before that.
So in preparation for Avengers Infinity War coming out May 4th, we are going to be doing every single Marvel Cinematic Universe movie in order from now until then.
Are we really going to do it in order? Because we may not find the movies in order. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
In other words, you're going to go straight to Walmart and get them instead of looking elsewhere.
No, I'll find
Tell another story.
The cheapest.
Tell another lie. Anyway.
No,
that's exactly what you're going to do. Let's be real here.
It's not like they're going to have that display up until Avengers comes out.
Yeah, they are going to have that until it comes out. Don't even
we'll see. We'll see.
Regardless.
But anyway, we're doing them all in order. We for sure already have Incredible Hulk, which is coming up next, and then Iron Man 2, which will be after that. We have those, so no big deal on them.
Yay!
So, anyway, Iron Man was the first movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and, like, just being completely honest, at this point, in 2008, I believe it was, which this is actually the 10-year anniversary. It's been going on 10 years now. I personally had no clue that I wasn't into comic books. I didn't really pay attention to the online stuff. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know they had plans for other movies. I just knew this was Iron Man. And when
Did you see it in theaters? Or did you, like, rent it or something?
I did not see it in theaters.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, the first... Seems like I may have seen it in theaters. That sounds right. I know I went and saw Iron Man 2 in theaters.
Okay.
It seems like I may have seen Iron Man. It wasn't like opening weekend or anything.
Right.
Because I had the post-credit scene spoiled for me.
Oh, gotcha.
And that kind of got me excited. And I was like, hey, I didn't know that they were going to be doing the Avengers and all this other stuff. So, yeah. Right. So, I basically went because of that. Because, word started getting around. So this movie
Well, I've never watched this. Let's just throw it out there.
This was your first time watching Iron Man, and there's a big chunk of these you've not seen.
Yeah.
Have you seen Incredible Hulk?
I have watched it, but I don't know if it's that version.
I don't think so. Did you see the one where he fought the mutant dogs?
I don't remember.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
Did he fight army and tanks?
I don't know. I just remember watching an Incredible Hulk movie. I don't know.
Anyway, that movie's coming up next. This actually, we got to see the first. This wasn't technically the first Stan Lee cameo because he'd been doing them in X-Men and Spider-Man and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Up to this point.
Other Marvel films.
Yeah. But he continued doing them in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's kind of where he's his like mainstay. He does them all, but you really look forward to them in these. I think personally they do them better in these. Mm-hmm. But you get Tony Stark, Tony Stark was different before his accident. I mean, he's still pompous, know everything Tony Stark, but he didn't really give two craps about anybody or anything.
Yeah. But once he had his accident, he
got
a little bit of a heart.
It was a life-changing experience, and he saw that the weapons that he was helping produce were being used by
Mary's on. Hey.
Yo. Mm-hmm. He probably wasn't expecting, nobody was expecting us to come on live tonight. It was just, I was like, hey, we have to do something.
Yeah, Lonnie insisted.
Yeah, we gotta have content on today. I like having stuff on every day.
Even though we had 4 hours of content last night, but
true. By the way, check that out. Conuga preview show was last night.
That was so much fun. We had a very good time.
Absolutely fun. A ton of fun.
Okay, back to the movie.
So he finds out that his weapons. He is in a roadside bombing. He is mortally injured. He would have died if not for the operation they did. Mm-hmm. And he ends up using his technical expertise, this Afghani group, this terrorist group wants him to use his expertise to transform some of his weapons into this hardcore Jericho weapon is what they call it, that can wipe out entire mountain ranges. Mm-hmm. And instead he spends the time making an Iron Man suit, which everybody pretty well knows what that is. But it was the old clunker suit, it was the original. And that does fall in with the comic books. His first suit was an old gray metal, looked like a trash can with eyeballs.
I mean, it looked like the Iron Giant in that movie.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Yeah.
He ends up escaping, and he ends up getting rescued. He makes it back. He decides, we're not going to make weapons anymore. His business partner and lifelong friend of his father, what was his name? Obadiah.
I think that was his name.
Played by Jeff Bridges, who was really good in that role.
He was.
Yeah, he did an amazing villain.
I was very surprised about that.
He ends up. It's revealed, spoiler alert, just in case it's been 10 years and you've not seen Iron Man yet. Case in point, yeah. Come to find out, Obadiah has been running all these illicit...
He's been selling it.
Yeah, he's been selling
bad guys.
He doesn't care who he sells it to as long as he gets the money. And he ends up betraying Tony. He goes and gets his own... armor.
Which, I'll be honest, when I first, when we were watching it, and it, it was giving Tony's backstory about how he grew up after his parents died, and at 21, he basically took over the company, per se, but not really. They're supposed to be partners. It's you can see it coming a mile away.
Because on the magazine cover, it has Obadiah in the background kind of looking at him. And
I mean, it's just typical. It's just a typical scenario.
Power struggle.
I knew that was coming. I was like, well, this guy, this old man's going to be pissed off. So he's gonna be either doing something that he doesn't know about, or he's going to do something to try and get rid of him. Which it was both. He was trying to have him killed, too.
Yeah, he was trying to have him killed. He was actually part of the caravan bombing. Mm-hmm. He was like, hey, that didn't do the job.
You should have killed him the first time. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, who is
Ron
that?
Lee's on.
Yes.
Says, hey.
welcome to the stream. We're doing something a little different. We're reviewing all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies in order, and this is the first one. Amber had not seen Iron Man, so that kind of makes it a bonus.
Kind of like when we do Disney movies and you haven't watched them.
They
works both ways.
Now, this movie, I'll say this movie held very true to the comics. You know, the same basic stuff. You know, his heart was injured. He ended up having some kind of device that fixed it. You know, the type suit that he wore, you know, the same basic, except in the comic books it was back in the 60s, and he was actually a prisoner of, like, the Viet Cong. And, of course, now they've updated it for, like, our current issues over there.
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
Which it did. It worked out. So, this did a very good job. It opened up some new avenues while at the same time really respecting the core material.
This
was a perfect start to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, about as well as could be, because you can't just jump into the Infinity Gauntlet and all this other stuff right off. You've got to kind of start out grounded and then work your way up.
I mean, that makes sense.
It was this movie, and then Incredible Hulk, and then Iron Man 2. They put out 2 Iron Man movies before you even got Captain America or Thor. I never did agree with that. I always thought Iron Man,
it was wildly popular at that time, so that's what it is all about. Just want to make money.
And I like Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. I don't think there'll ever be another Tony Stark.
Period.
I don't think they'll ever be able to recast him and it be the same.
Probably not.
He is to Iron Man what, like, Christopher Reeves was to Superman. Like, there'll never be another that does as well. And so, I mean, I didn't care that they put out 2 movies, and crap, they put out the 3rd Iron Man movie immediately after Avengers. So, like, you had Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Captain America, Thor, Avengers, and, like, literally half of the first 7 movies were Iron Man films. And then they never had another one. Because I think something along the lines of Robert Downey Jr. was like, I'm done. I just want to be a supporting character in the movies from now on.
I don't blame him. I'm sure it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, and one little bit. Do you know what his least favorite part of filming the Iron Man movies?
No, what is it?
The scenes where it shows his face real close up with the little screens and stuff everywhere while he's in the suit.
Yeah.
He hated doing that. Because he basically had to put his face in, like, this dark thing with a camera right in front of him. And he just had to act like he was in battle and stuff the whole time. He was like,
sucks.
it was just a total pain in the ass. You know?
I bet that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the entire movie, you know, boils to, like, that final battle where, you know, it's like...
Which that was okay. That's
Tony
cool.
versus, you know, Obadiah in the old suit.
That he started back up or whatever.
Yeah, and you kind of have the subplot of Tony being a womanizer, Tony falling in love with Pepper Potts, Tony's friendship with James Rhodes, who was, you know, like the Air Force pilot weapons guy. And then
I forget his name, but he's played in a lot of movies. Well,
he was actually replaced later by what's his name, Don Cheadle.
Oh. Well, whatever.
Yeah, he was replaced in Iron Man 2. I guess that dude just didn't want to be the part or whatever.
I mean, he has a lot going on. Like, he has a TV show.
Okay, see, I didn't even know who the hell that guy was.
He's played in a lot of movies.
Now, at the very end of the movie, spoiler alert again, Tony Stark reveals to the public, like, you know, you've got Phil Coulson from S.H.I.E.L.D., anybody knows him, he's from, like, Avengers, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that same character. You know, gives him, you know, he's there to, like, okay, you know, read this script, you know, we've got this, everything planned out, you know, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and Tony just goes up there and just...
He got upset because they didn't accuse him of being a superhero.
Yeah, he wanted it.
And he was like, fuck it, I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm Iron Man, and then, like, that was how the movie ended. And then you get the after credit scene where he comes home and Nick Fury is standing in his living room basically, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to tell you about the Avenger Initiative." And that was the big reveal. Like, holy crap, we're working on the Avengers. And that was the people who didn't really pay attention to every little detail of the movie making process. That was their first real message that, hey, we're going to do something major out of this. So, yeah.
What do you give this movie after all this time?
After all this time, 8.5. It had quite a bit of slowness in it, but holy crap, it's so neat just to go back and see how it all started. And, you know, Robert Downey Jr. was great even in the first movie as Tony Stark. He's really not missed a beat. Honestly, I like this Tony Stark more than now, because this is Tony Stark when he was pure. You know, I mean, yeah, at the beginning, you know, he was the womanizer. He was, you know, all that. But this was Tony Stark with a pure heart before he started screwing everything up. It's before his ambitions got too big. And, like, you know, in this movie, he was like, oh, you know, I'm going to make a suit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to help the world. I'm going to, you know, stop making weapons and everything. Then later, it's like, well, I'm going to make this artificial intelligence that there's nothing that could go wrong there, and, you know, Ultron ends up nearly destroying the world. And then, like,
everybody makes mistakes.
Tony was a hero in this, but it seems like from, like, Iron Man 3 on, he just kind of became a default bad guy, because he meant well, but everything he did,
well, okay, but
put him into bad guy status.
Issues. I mean,
like, he was the bad guy in Civil War.
I know he was.
And he just, I don't know, he needs to cool his jets, you know, and take a step back and look and see how things are going before he's like, he's trying too hard to be everybody's savior, and he needs to be more of a team player and let the others.
Well, he don't like to be a team player. You can tell that by his personality in this movie.
I can almost relate to him.
No way.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I am. I give this movie like a strong 7.
Really?
I'm not big on it. I probably wouldn't care to watch it again.
Okay.
It had a lot of slow stuff. I didn't really care for all that, him being kidnapped and stuff. I mean, I know it was important to the plot, but I really didn't care about it.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. Interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, it was interesting to, you know, hear how smart he was and all that. That was pretty interesting. The battle at the end was pretty good. Mm-hmm. It had a little bit.
Believe it or not, the battle at the end was my least favorite part.
I mean, it was okay. It wasn't like, I've seen better, but this earned it a couple of points, I guess. I don't know. I'm just wasn't over impressed. I have a feeling I like the second one better.
Probably because the second one has Mickey Rourke as Whiplash. He has like these. He's like this Russian dude who has these electric whips that he uses to really screw people up.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome. He's a really good villain for number 2. But I'll go ahead and say I hate Iron Man 3. Like, I'm almost dreading having to watch it, but we have to.
Yes, we do.
It's gonna suck. We can't
skip any of them.
Oh, well, never mind. I'll cover the little Easter egg Iron Man 3 when we watch it.
I was going to say, I haven't watched this, so please just not.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and any final thoughts on Iron Man?
Well, I'm glad it's over. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad.
Holy crap.
It wasn't that bad, I swear.
All right. Yeah.
We've watched worse movies like Euro Trip.
Yeah. No, Euro Trip's one of the all-time greats. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and I gave it a 8.
You said 8.5.
8.5, 7.
I gave it a strong 7.
All right. And that's it. We will be back. I'm hoping we might be able to do Incredible Hulk before Connuga. That's the It'll probably, if we do, it'll probably be Thursday night.
Yeah, but we got to prepare for Friday, Thursday night.
Okay, it'll be Wednesday night.
So maybe
that sounds
Wednesday.
more legit. Yeah.
Wednesday sounds pretty good. If
Yes.
we don't, we don't.
Okay, I'm trying. But anyway.
Not too hard. You better slow your roll.
Wait, Thor was worse? I like Thor. We're getting there. Just give us time.
Not watched.
Like I said, we're reviewing every movie in order.
Like I've watched all the Captain America movies, and I've watched the Guardians movies, and I watched Civil War, and I watched Avengers.
You didn't watch Age of Ultron, though.
I didn't watch Age of Ultron. And
did you see Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War? You seen all three?
We saw Civil War in theaters.
I know, but you've seen all three Captain America movies.
I've watched all three of those. Those are really good.
Did you see
like
Thor?
Mm-mm.
And you've never seen any of the Thor movies? Mm-mm. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of.
Yeah, that
you haven't seen Ant-Man.
So. No, I've not watched Ant-Man.
You haven't seen. We did watch Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I didn't care for Doctor Strange.
It
was okay. Doctor Strange was better than this movie. I really didn't care about Doctor Strange.
To get the full context, we're going to have to watch Doctor Strange again. Because we didn't do a review on it for some weird reason.
I don't know why we didn't.
Yeah, I don't know either. Alright, well anyway, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. We'll see everybody possibly tomorrow. I might do something tomorrow night. Who knows? Maybe some kind of little video game stream. But thanks for watching. We actually had a few people pop in.
Yeah, thanks Brian. Thanks Mary for coming
Thor was meh is what Mary said. So
Thor was meh.
Brian said Thor was worse too. Holy crap. I really like Thor.
It's all a matter of opinion.
Like, I like Thor, but I didn't like the second Thor movie. Well, I never made it all.
A lot of people love this movie we just watched.
That's true.
I mean, people I've heard, Iron Man's the best. Iron Man's awesome. Iron Man. No.
It started it all. That's the main point.
No.
All right. Well, we are going to call it a night now. Everybody, thanks for watching. We'll be back doing something tomorrow night, and hopefully by the end of the week, before Conduga starts, we'll actually throw together.
I liked Kat Denning, LOL.
Incredible. I don't know who the hell Kat Denning is.
I don't either.
But anyway.
Don't hate me.
Everybody have a good rest of the night. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee, who will be sponsoring us during our Mario Kart event at Conduga this Saturday, where it's going to be a busy, busy weekend. You can still get tickets
so much, yes.
all the way up to the day of.
Yeah, we're doing so much this weekend.
Yeah, we are going to be doing a ton of stuff.
Panels and table stuff and watching other people do panels.
Yep, so we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good rest of the night.